Here's the next problem. It's a little bit shorter than the first one. Divide 3x squared plus x minus 12 by x plus 2. So the first part here, the trinomial, goes underneath the long division sign, and what you're dividing by, x plus 2, goes on the outside. So the first part of what we're trying to do here is take the first term here and divide it by the first term here. So 3x squared divided by x. If you can figure that out in your head, you're doing great. The other way to think about this is what you need up top, okay? So that when you take the top and multiply it by x, you'll get 3x squared. Well, you'll need a 3, and then you'll need an x because of the x times x. So we put that 3x right over the like term above it here, above the x term location. Now, if you need to go to the side and do the little division that we're doing, it's 3x squared divided by x. And this is where, because we have a fraction, we're subtracting exponents. The top 2 minus the 1 on the bottom, okay, those cross out and leave you with a single x. So we have 3x that's left, and that's what goes up top. Once we put the 3x up top, we do like we do with normal long division of numbers. We take and multiply by the front, but we have a binomial here, so we need to distribute that. So 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times positive 2 is positive 6x. Okay? And you can take and do this multiplication over to the right as well. Once we have the 3x over here, we put the x plus 2, the multiplication step, and distribute that. So 3x squared plus 6x. And that is what I've lined up underneath right here. So the next thing to remember is that we are subtracting our result. So we do put a subtraction sign out front here. But what you need to remember is this looks like we're only subtracting the minus 3x squared, but we also are subtracting the 6x. So this needs to be put in parentheses, which makes it so that 3x squared minus 3x squared, those drop out, okay? But this is a 1x up top minus a 6. So 1 minus 6 actually is going to be a negative 5. And what I like to do is take this subtraction, which is in front of parentheses, and distribute that. We put a negative here and circle it, so that we see that this is 1 minus 6 right here, which is negative 5, the x that we come down. And then we bring our next term down, negative 12. So now we are continuing the process again. We are taking the front term here. Do that in red instead. So negative 5x divided by x. As a fraction, the x's would drop out, and you'll get negative 5. So the other way to think about it is what you need up top, up in here. So when you multiply it by the x, you'll get negative 5x. You need it to match exactly. It would be a negative 5. And then we do negative 5 times x is negative 5x. And then negative 5 times the positive 2 out front is negative 10. Okay, so again, the work off to the side would be the negative 5x divided by the front term, which is x. So these x's will cancel out and leave you with the negative 5. So this negative 5 is what we have up here. And then we need to multiply this negative 5 with both of them, as we did. So you could come over here and take the negative 5 times the front, which is x plus 2, and multiply that out. So it would be negative 5x minus 10. And then our last step is to do that subtraction step. So we put a minus out front here, but put our binomial in parentheses. So this negative distributes. It makes this negative become a positive 5. That's why the negative 5 and the plus 5 drop out when that happens. So the subtraction in front of the negative 10 makes it be a positive 10. So in here, you're not doing negative 12 minus 10 and getting a negative 22. It's negative 12 plus 10, which is negative 2. I'm sorry if I just misspoke. If you don't change the signs, you'll get negative 22. But if you do the subtraction of the negative, you'll get a negative 2. And that is your remainder. So we come up top and put a minus sign and put the 2 over the divisor, the part out front, x plus 2. So this is our final answer right here.